Thank you for participating in this interview. It is a requirement for my psychology course I am taking at CSUSB. The purpose of this interview is for me to gain insight into my strengths and weaknesses so that I can become more self-aware. With that being said, it's very important that your responses are honest. Please be sensitive and compassionate in your delivery of unflattering feedback, but don't avoid it. I'm interested in learning how I come across to other people, so please provide as much detail as you can in your response. I have been instructed to remain open-minded and objective, so that is what I intend to do as I listen to your feedback. Again, thank you so much for your time. Question 1. What do you consider my 3 biggest strengths?
I think your 3 biggest strengths are going to be you're very resilient, you're very altruistic, and you're also very well with compromise.
Why do you think this?
I think that you're resilient because you've gone through many obstacles but haven't stopped. You've gotten this far without stopping.
Yeah.
You're very selfless. Like you can give to others without expecting anything back. And you're very well at giving to others, also compromising, but giving something up of yourself.
Okay. Question 2. What do you consider to be my 3 biggest weaknesses?
I think your 3 biggest weaknesses are going to be you overwork yourself, you're very hard on yourself as well, and then you fail to see your accomplishments that you've made.
Why do you think this?
First, I think you overwork yourself to the point where you burn out. You're very hard on yourself, you put yourself down a lot, and then everyone can see your accomplishments but you.
Oh, okay. Question 3. Do you think there are any characteristics, behavior, or personality traits that I don't see myself but that you see?
No, I don't.
Why do you think there's none?
I think you know yourself very well. I think you know your strengths as well as your weaknesses.
Oh, okay. That would make a lot of sense. Okay, first question. What do you consider my 3 greatest strengths?
I think your 3 greatest strengths are your selflessness, your ability to persevere, and your determination.
Why do you think this?
I think this because you always put others before yourself. You were able to get through the challenges that you had in life, and you're at a point where you work harder than most people.
Okay, question 2. What do you consider to be my 3 biggest weaknesses?
I think your 3 biggest weaknesses are your self-deprecation, your time management skills, and your lack of discipline.
Why do you think this?
I think sometimes you're a little too hard on yourself, and then you like to leave things to the last minute and procrastinate, and then you won't push yourself to those deadlines.
Question 3. Do you think there are any characteristic behaviors or personality traits that I don't see in myself but that you see?
Yeah.
What are they?
I think that the self-deprecation is one of them because you are hard on yourself, and I feel like you don't see that.
Question 1. What do you consider my 3 greatest strengths?
1, your memory. 2, your heart. And 3, your generosity.
Why do you think this?
Your memory, because you're very smart. You actually do memorize things and you remember that fast. You have like a photographic memory. And you're intelligent. I mean, you are. You're a fast thinker. Number 2, your heart. You have a big heart. You're very compassionate. You care for people, especially if it's someone that's not family or usually your classmates. You're always very, very good with you're a great friend. Wonderful daughter, of course, but that's another story. And number 3,
Generosity.
Oh, generosity. Yeah, you put other people before you. You're very generous with everything, with your time, with your love, with your money. So
Question 2. What do you consider to be my 3 biggest weaknesses?
1, you very impatient. You have no patience. Number 2, you are perfectionist. You want everything to be perfect. And number 3, you love to collect things. So you like your clutter. Just you buy too many stuff and you want to keep it.
Why do you think this?
Oh, I don't know. I guess your generation for the first one. You guys didn't learn how to develop patience, and you lose your patience too quick. Number 2, you want everything to be perfect, and you get frustrated if it's not. And you have to understand that you can never be perfect. You can do your best, but not to the perfect level that you like things. And number 3, you love to shop, and you just keep buying things, and you just keep, like you don't get rid of things and get new ones. You just keep piling and piling, and that's why I say clutter. So.
I feel like I often come off as controlling. Do you agree with that or no?
Yes, I think so. Yes.
You do? Do you think there are any characteristics, behaviors, or personality traits that I don't see in myself, but that you see?
No, not really. I think you have a pretty clear idea of what you like and you don't like.
So you think I like portray myself as what I really am?
Yes, I think so.
Okay. Question 1. Do you agree with the interview's feedback on your greatest strengths? Why do you agree? Why do you disagree? I personally agree with what the interviewee said on my personal strengths, just because I feel like those are things that I do show to people, and that I do personally feel like if I was asked this question, that I would say the exact same things that they did. Number 2. Do you agree with the interview's feedback on your biggest weaknesses? Why do you agree? Why do you disagree? I personally agree, just because my weaknesses I don't really like to think about, and when they were telling me what they thought my greatest weaknesses were, I was really just realizing like, oh yeah, like I do feel like I'm weak in those parts of like deadlines and time management, just because that is something I struggle with, but I don't really like to say it. Question 3. If your interviewer answered question 3, were you surprised by their responses, or was their feedback something you actually didn't know about yourself? I was shocked with the responses, with the response of that I didn't portray any characteristics that they saw, but I didn't see in myself. Because when it's another person's perspective, they're always bound to see something that you really don't. So when they told me that, and that I kind of don't portray anything that I don't see, it kind of shocked me. How can you apply this feedback in your life? The way I apply this feedback in my life is noting on what they said my weaknesses were. For instance, like the time management, which I mentioned earlier. That one I can really start to now work on my time management, because it's something that that apparently I'm showing a lot that I struggle with, like time and commitment and other stuff. So I want to like start to take those weaknesses that other people are seeing and try to turn them into my strengths. And with my strengths, since I know that people see me strong in those areas that I was kind of insecure about, now I won't be as insecure and use those to my advantage now.